We live in an age where cybersecurity has become crucial to businesses like never before. Companies like MySpace, Yahoo, and most recently Equifax have been victims of data breaches. Unless corporations harness the technical know-how of skilled personnel, they will be left vulnerable to attacks. One of the best ways to know who's who when it comes to cybersecurity is through certification. However, it is not the only way to evaluate team members and prospective employees. Join me as I explain the different ways that an employee can demonstrate his knowledge of cybersecurity beyond certification. At the heart of cybersecurity is the thorough understanding of how to reduce risk. Now, why is that important? Well, many corporations have information that they either do not want unauthorized individuals to access or to modify. Also, they want the correct individuals to be able to view or edit this sort of information. This is known as the CIA triad, which stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Another way to look at this is to pretend that the system one is trying to protect is a home. If an intruder were to enter a home and obtain sensitive information about the individuals living there, such as their social security numbers, credit card numbers, or medical records, it would be an example of having confidentiality issues. Furthermore, if the intruder tampered with things inside the home, it would be an example of having integrity issues. And if the residents of the home went out and then could not go back inside, it would be an example of having availability issues. So how does one reduce risk? Dr. Chris Danzy, a professor from the University of Utah, has stated in his lectures that in order to properly reduce risk, one must truly understand the threats and vulnerabilities on a per asset basis. These assets refer to things that are of value to an organization, such as files, servers, or papers containing confidential information. In addition, the following equation is crucial in evaluating risks compared to the security controls at hand. A threat consists of a threat source and a threat action. The basic categories of threat sources are humans, which include malicious outsiders and malicious or careless insiders, structural failure, and environmental disasters. Threat actions refer to the actions utilized by a threat source in an effort to compromise the system. Going back to the home example, the malicious outsider would be the intruder, and one possible threat action would be the act of breaking in. Vulnerabilities refer to weaknesses in the system that a threat source could take advantage of. For example, having a flimsy lock could allow the intruder to easily kick open the door. Security controls are administrative, technical, or physical safeguards used to uphold the CIA triad. Among the different types of security controls are preventive, detective, corrective, and compensating. In the home example, preventive security controls would include having a fence and a good lock on the front door. Detective security controls for the home would include security cameras. Corrective security controls for the home would include fixing the front door that was kicked open, and compensating security controls for the home would include getting reimbursed for the damages by an insurance company. It is important to estimate risk consistently within an environment, which is known as risk analysis. This can be accomplished in two ways, by quantitative and qualitative risk analysis. Quantitative risk analysis deals with the financial impact of a risk. One way of estimating the financial impact is by figuring out the annualized loss expectancy, which refers to the total expected loss per year from a certain type of breach. To do so, one must multiply the annualized rate of occurrence, which is the probability of occurrence in 1 year, and the single loss expectancy, which is the expected loss in a single compromise. The single loss expectancy is determined by multiplying the asset value and the exposure factor, which is the percentage loss in asset value if a compromise were to occur. Qualitative risk analysis consists of estimating the magnitude of a risk and defining what the magnitudes represent. Once a prospective employee has established a strong grasp on the aforementioned concepts and the information system at hand, it is important to consider his or her interpersonal skills. Dr. Vandana Ramachandran, a professor from the University of Utah, has stressed the importance of having interpersonal skills when it comes to project management. For example, when it comes to determining the feasibility of a project, one must effectively communicate the benefits, the complexity, the costs, and the acceptability of the project. It is especially important when it comes to establishing budgets for the information security department. Therefore, it is not enough for an individual to be certified. It could even be argued that companies would be better off working with uncertified individuals who are knowledgeable when it comes to cybersecurity over certified individuals who lack effective communication skills, because uncertified individuals can quickly get certified, whereas trying to develop interpersonal skills in an individual with unfavorable personalities can prove to be challenging. In the end, it is as Ryman Guinness, CTO at Trend Micro, stated, organizations must treat information security as a primary component of a long-term business strategy, rather than handling security issues as tertiary, minor setbacks. And it is up to the information security department to bring awareness to the seriousness of protecting against security risks.